Bang. All righty then. Well, I'm excited that you're here because I got some cool news for you, Chris. I found out something. I found out something really interesting. But I think first we should let this intro roll. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shedtime podcast. And as for this cool news that I've got for you, Chris, Laguna Lemonade is coming to Canada.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. This spring.
So where? Oh, this spring. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, hey, that still means it's coming.
So you guys are going to have access to Laguna Lemonade as well as a couple other flavors. Honeydew.
Nope.
That's going to be a permanent Canadian flavor.
Oh.
But then Laguna Lemonade is going to be a limited time run. Point Break Punch, the raspberry pineapple punch will be available, and Baja Gold, a pineapple flavor.
Oh, that was the release they did before the Laguna Lemonade and stuff.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Well, multiple of those sound good to me. Other than the honeydew, I'm out on that.
I will say this though.
Like,
I think the Maui Burst is better than the Baja Gold. Personal opinion. Yeah,
they've done a handful of like pineapple forward.
Yeah. I think the gold is like pineapple and something else. Like I think it's two different things, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, they're all delicious. I haven't tried the honeydew. Don't think I'd like that.
I'm not even remotely
honeydew.
Yeah,
that's like
interested.
So strange that you say that it's like going to be a permanent. I really don't know that many people that like honeydew flavored things.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided. Pepsi Canada was like, yeah, honeydew is going to be part of the permanent Canadian lineup. Like,
yeah, it seems so strange.
It is a very bizarre choice to go with, but maybe there's some demographic somewhere that's just bought a whole lot of it, and they were like, all right, got to get the people what they want.
That's a possibility, but like I'm not even sure. Obviously, there are smart people there, you'd assume. So like they've obviously ran numbers and whatever, but yeah. Like I remember there used to be when I was a kid, there was like a pretty popular like honeydew juice, like I don't know, like fucking Fruitopia. Well, you guys didn't have Fruitopia for very long.
Yeah, we did.
For very long. So lots of people probably haven't even had it. But like a fruit juice from concentrate, ultimately. And there was like this like line of like honeydew. There was like a few different ones. There might have been like a berry honeydew. I don't know. They're all like based around honeydew. I never fucked with them. Like some people did, but they're gone now. So that's really surprising.
Yeah,
that shit's exciting though.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm also out on honeydew, but I'm excited that you get to have access to the Laguna Lemonade up there. If you're a patron, you got to see us taste it when we were at the meetup. But yeah, man. Also, some other really cool news. Did you know that 7-Up is dropping a Shirley Temple soda?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
Is it really that far away from like a Wild Cherry 7-Up?
Well, no, because if I remember correctly, a Shirley Temple is made with grenadine, and grenadine is pomegranate.
Well, it's it's grenadine, 7-Up,
and they top it with the cherry
juice. Oh, there's not even orange juice.
Yeah, it's not even orange juice that I remember.
What's the one that I'm thinking of that has an orange juice? Whatever. Okay. I've had a Shirley Temple before, but I mean, we're going back into the 80s. Like,
Yeah, right. Like I'm saying, like it was like the very early '90s when I last drank a Shirley Temple in my life. But that's another like really
Yeah, it's probably been that
oddball soda thing that I found out about. And another wild one I just learned about was Butterfinger about to drop a brand new flavor for the first time in 10 years.
like Butterfinger, the chocolate bar,
Yes.
the candy bar.
Yes.
Okay.
Peanut butter, wafer, crisp, whatever the fuck you call that inside. Yeah,
No, I just wanted to make sure because like they make ice cream, they make like a milk drink, and
that's it. They're about to drop a caramel Butterfinger.
oh, that's gonna be fire. Honestly, so you know what that to me sounds like? It sounds like they're like, man, Wonder Bar is such a huge chocolate bar, but we don't have it in America. We're just gonna make a Butterfinger more like a Wonder Bar and call it a day. Because that's
Let's
like basically
go.
what a Wonder Bar is. It's like a chocolate coated, like caramel filled with like peanut butter. It's type shit. It's not exactly like a Butterfinger. Butterfinger is a little bit more flaky on the inside.
Butterfinger is like a weird, like almost like a peanut brittle texture without the peanuts. Right? Like I think that's a good way to describe it.
Sort of, but it's not as hard.
It's more flaky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like the thinnest sheets are just stacked.
Yeah.
And it does. It looks like it's going to be like stack of the Butterfinger stuff, then a layer of caramel wrapped in chocolate. From the picture I've seen.
Because, yeah, like a Wonder Bar is like the peanut butter log, we'll call it. And then they just like cover the whole thing with caramel and then they dip the whole thing in chocolate.
That sounds fire, too.
One of the best chocolate bars on the planet.
I will say the Reese's caramel was underwhelming. It just tasted like a Reese's, but like a little gooey. You know, like you didn't get enough caramel flavor.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of really wanted it to have like an entire center of caramel.
Like surrounded by the Reese's?
Yeah, it's like they took like a thumb and just jammed the thumb right in the middle and then filled out the whole thumbprint with caramel. And then, so like you could bite into it and like there'd be like caramel dripping away from your face. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It was a letdown. I agree. I mean, Reese's peanut butter cups are good regardless. So like, was it good? Yeah. But one without caramel's good. So
yeah, to me, it was just like eating a regular Reese's cup. It was just kind of a little gooey in the center somewhere. Like it definitely needed way more caramel.
I'm not a big peanut butter and caramel guy. Peanut and caramel, yes, but peanut butter, I don't know. For some reason, I don't really enjoy the combination of the peanut butter and caramel together.
Well, I think that for me, it's like, I don't think that I'd ever want caramel and peanut butter, but the peanut butter that exists in chocolate bars, yeah, I fucks with caramel and the peanut butter that exists in chocolate bars because it's not peanut butter.
That weird sugary peanut dough.
yeah, it's like no bake cookie dough that's peanut butter and sugar.
Even then, I'm not a big fan of the combination.
So then, all right.
O. Henry peanut butter. You don't like an O. Henry peanut butter?
No, I don't like O. Henry's at all, really.
Oh, you guys don't have O. Henry's? Okay.
Yeah, we do. At least we did it one time.
Yeah, you don't have the O. Henry peanut butters? They're so good. Oh. Anyways, sorry. What were you going to say, John?
So I know you guys are not typically fans of white chocolate.
Not really.
This isn't technically a white chocolate, but this is a new one from Kit Kat for Halloween. Ghost Toast.
What? Is it just a white chocolate?
So basically, they're calling it a crisp wafer in a cinnamon toast flavored cream. Oh. So basically, they've made like a cinnamon white chocolate coating and put it on top of the Kit Kat. And it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch Kit Kat action. It's pretty fire.
You know what though? I do kind of fuck with Kit Kats pretty hard, dude.
Like, it's not true
just
white chocolate.
Just the standard though. I'm kind of like that with a lot of things. Like, I like the originals of most candy bars. Like, I'm not too big on like the newer variations too often. Like, I only really like the original Snickers. The almond one's okay every now and then. You know what I mean? I'll switch it up and I'll have an almond one. But most of the time, dude, I stick with the standards. Like, the only ones that I kind of vary on is if they have a salted caramel variation.
Oh, that salted caramel Twix is stupid
That's
good.
exactly what I'm talking about, Sean.
Oh, it's
That's
stupid good.
Dude, Twix are honestly, I would say, my number one, like, chocolate bar.
It is an S tier chocolate bar for sure.
I feel like that's my top because whenever I have the craving for like that chocolate, 9 out of 10 times I grab a Twix. And the salted caramel Milky Way is pretty fire too.
They used to make a French vanilla Milky Way.
I heard about those, but never tried one.
Oh my God. I used to manage this gas station years and years ago, and the manager who came before me, he was wicked into him, and so he had the supply line. We literally wound up being the only store left in our district that kept them, and we just cleared out the supplier. It was delicious. I think that guy and myself ate most of them, to be honest. They were fire. I did, however, get my hands on a couple of other things, too, that we were talking about before. I managed to not eat them all. I found both the new jams.
Oh, shit.
So, obviously,
you didn't find the spooky ones? You didn't find the Halloween version?
I haven't found the Halloween one yet, but I did find these ones. And so, obviously, like I said, I had eaten the entire package, so I couldn't even show you guys. But, yeah, that's your strawberry grape.
Straight up pink and purple.
Exactly what you would expect.
I'm
Delicious.
more curious about the other ones, Sean, because I'm pretty sure I know what that is. And here's the question: is it the same nerd rope center?
Mm-hmm.
Or okay. I was curious as if they're gonna switch the flavor up on that.
Now we have the Berry Punch Rush. This one I feel like might be a different center. Might be like a fruit punch center. And you're getting a like mixed berry nerd outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting when I've eaten these. I like these a lot. So, oh my God, it just smells so good.
It's like showing us nugs, dude.
But yeah, like for real.
Nug.
Look at this little candy nug here.
They do kind of look like a bud, dude.
But yeah, you've got just these little red, white, and blue nerds, and it's definitely a slightly different color, which really makes me think that this is a fruit punch center.
Oh yeah. I need to grab.
I mean, I'm down. I would love to try new clusters. I love both the ones that I tried. So
yeah, like this right now is my new favorite flavor out of all of these. And it's a shame that this is a limited time because these slap. But again, super dangerous considering that like 8 servings, I can crush them in a single sitting if I'm not careful.
Oh, those are just fucking suggestions, bro.
Yeah. 800.
I'm pretty sure it's like super easy to not be that careful though.
That's it. Like 800
There's
calories
no one
of
that's
sugar.
only eating 8 pieces of anything.
Well, no, it's 8 servings. You get 16 pieces in a serving.
That's what I'm saying.
16 of it, honestly, ain't a bad serving size. Like there are times I just grab like a little handful. It's probably less than that 16, and I'm good.
That's true.
It's when I'm sitting here gaming or I'm watching like a long like video, like a 30, 45 minute documentary or something that like now it's sitting here and it's like,
I feel like if you actually took the time to get like little Ziploc bags and like fill them up with a proper serving, that you'd feel more guilty by just opening bag after bag after bag.
Let me tell you what, Chris.
I would. I personally would.
That
I'd be
should
like,
never stop me, bro. Like, even when you get like a fucking box of something and they're all individually packaged and you're like, sick, dude, so I can get this fucking box. It's gonna last a while. You know what I mean? Dude, I'll sit here and fucking rip through the whole box and open each individual fucking package like it's nothing, and then look at my trash can and then be upset with myself like, dude, you got a problem, but damn, those are fucking good. And then I'll do it again the next time I buy them. It happens every time.
I remember doing that with a thing of like Haribo gummies, the little packs that you get for like Halloween that were on clearance.
Dude,
Grab them shits up.
I'm honestly kind of proud of myself because I did make a bag of Nerd Clusters last more than one day. It
nice.
actually lasted me like 3 or 4.
Today is Wednesday. I've managed to keep some of the candy in these bags since Saturday.
Not bad.
oh, that's impressive. Honestly,
That was a challenge. That's what
I mean,
I'm
unless
saying.
you got like 5 or 6 bags, then that's like
Like,
not a challenge. But
yeah,
But the
no,
thing
like
is they were also here at my house by my desk when I was at work most of the day, so don't have access to them then. And then,
hey, man, that's still part of it.
yeah.
Could have made up for lost time. Just got home and ate 3 bags.
hey, man,
Definitely happened before.
when Twizzlers sours were a thing, we used to keep them shit stocked in all the car doors.
Oh, Sean, but how were those fucking trolleys though?
Yo, I'm glad you brought that up. It was everything you made me expect it to be.
Weren't they fucking amazing, bro?
Those flavor combos, I just drooled talking about it. Those
My
flavor
mouth's watering
combos,
just thinking about it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just drooled immediately. Silly, like that blueberry lemonade, out of this world. The mango dragon fruit, fire. The watermelon one,
Dude,
banging.
tell me it doesn't taste like kind of almost like a fresh watermelon though, and it's. Do you get that vibe from it too, or is it just me?
It was totally not a Sour Patch Kids watermelon.
Did you get like the rininess though that I was talking about at all? Not like full rind, but you know how like when you get towards the end of a watermelon, sometimes it's almost just kind of like just watery. You know what I mean? And not so much flavorful, but like it's got like that specific kind of like, you know, hint of flavor to it.
It's like you're tasting texture. Yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't quite get that, but it was definitely the like candied fresh watermelon flavor. Like when I think about watermelon flavors, my brain goes to vape flavors, and it was one of those where it was like, this is that fresh watermelon candy flavor versus the like strictly artificial watermelon flavor of like a Sour Patch Kid. But either way, that watermelon slapped. I was smart. I bought 2 bags when I found them because I was like, I can't share these with my wife. I know they're going to be good.
No.
So I just bought her own bag.
Yeah, you just buy them their own bag, bro. Because once you taste one, you're not sharing.
That was it. I was like, I can already tell I don't want to sacrifice one of each of these flavors.
Dude, I even made those last me more than a day, I think. Because but I also was eating those, the Nerds, the other ones, the Big Chews, the like jelly bean like things.
Yeah.
And something else I think I had.
I almost bought a bag of those, but I was like, I'm already dropping like $10 fucking on nerd candy. I'm gonna stop here.
I don't want to talk about it.
Like,
Well, I'm already dropping a bunch, so I gotta stop.
like I'm over here doing my grocery shopping, and like I finished the grocery list, and I'm looking at my budget, and I'm like, yeah, I got room. And so I was just thinking, all right, I'll go get the one. And then I saw the other, and it was like, all right, well, they're both coming back with me now. And then I looked at the big ones, and I was like, no, these fuckers are like $4 and change each. Like, I'm gonna stop. Like, I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna call that Town Box.
Dude,
like,
I always buy them when I can get them.
How big of a bag is it?
That is a big Ziploc bag, 227 gram.
Okay. So it's like the first size up from like the tear bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the only other size they come in. I don't think they come in a bigger bag than
They do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I had
actually they
one.
do. I have.
Remember the one that I had? It was like fucking like this big.
I just
Yeah.
remembered I had a big ass one
It
time.
was probably like almost a pound of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this. That jam's like $10 at Walmart, and I think about it, and then I go, but you're still going to kill that bag in one sitting and be
you can't.
disgusted
I don't
with
think you
yourself.
could.
I
don't think you
honestly
could.
the first day I like ate myself sick and like had to put them away because if I didn't I was probably
It took me 3 days to eat it, and like I was trying so hard. I wanted to, like, I was thinking about it constantly. But then I was like, nah, dude, like your teeth hurt. Like, this is horrible. Like, just chill. They're not going to go bad. It's in a Ziploc. And it's still, it only took me 3 days. But
Dangerous, man. Dangerous. But I love them.
They're so good.
It's this show's fault, too. I'd never tried them until we did that show where we were comparing the freeze-dried ones, and now I'm like, this is the most amazing candy that's ever existed in my life.
Sorry, Sean. Sorry.
I was good. I was like, a Nerd's Rope is whack. That's just chunks of Nerd Rope. Who cares?
Dude, it's totally.
And then I saw the light.
It's a totally different thing, bro.
It is a totally different thing.
Even though
man.
it's in reality, it's literally tiny bits of Nerd's Rope, but the ratio is what makes it different because there's way more nerd to rope with the clusters than there is to.
It's the same argument for Butterfinger BBs. The ratio's just better.
Well, honestly, I kind of think it's more rope because, like, it's
the coverage, though. You know what I mean? Like, when you got the rope,
maybe it's just the spherical form, Sean. Maybe that's all it is, because it's the same thing with the BB when we go to that. You know, maybe it's just because it's in like a round-ish circle. Maybe that's what it is.
It just makes it bingeable.
Or maybe it's just placebo, just because you can eat like a fucking handful of them at one time, compared to like trying to fucking shove a whole Nerd's Rope in your mouth at once. Because when you do that, it's gone super fast.
I mean, it's that's probably it, because, like, let's be real, cookies are round, right? And like after about 4 or 5 of them bitches, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I've had enough cookies.
What do you think about this, Chris? What do you think about my theory to the fact that the clusters are better than the rope because they're like spherical, sort of, kind of like Sean was saying the Butterfinger BB was better because it's just like a ratio thing and like a coverage thing. But also, I feel like there was a little bit more of the, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less of the center of whatever would be in a BB or the cluster. Is it the spherical shape that makes it taste good, or like the round form and like the full surrounding coverage? Do you think there's something to it?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like weigh in on those two scenarios, and I'm gonna say that I don't really know if I can answer it because I personally would rather have a Nerds cluster, but I would rather have a Butterfinger
over BBs.
Yeah,
dude, you didn't like the Butterfinger BBs, bro?
Not, I wouldn't say that I like dislike them, but nah, like I would rather have a Butterfinger. I think that there was like too much chocolate, and I just don't like that much chocolate with the Butterfinger BBs. But then, in the same respect, like there's more nerds when you eat clusters than there is when you eat rope, because like 360.
Yeah, because it is kind of a sparse coverage even on the rope too. Because like it'll kind of break off in the big. And also, dude, you can like eat
way more.
That's my thing too. It's like
You know, and feel like, oh man, I'm way better. Because like
Yeah,
one Nerd's Rope's probably like
exactly same thing when it comes to a Butterfinger. To me, is like I always felt like I got more out of the BBs than I did if I ate a Butterfinger because there was more of them. Whether or not it equaled out,
Butterfinger way more.
It was
than
a
BBs.
visual thing. It's just either way, I enjoy all variations of these things. I do still enjoy a Nerd's Rope from time to time.
Well, okay, so I know you like Kit Kats.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Kit Kat fucking, I can't remember what they call them.
You talking about the XL, the big cat?
No,
like super thick.
They have Kit Kat balls.
Those, the poppables?
Poppables.
I don't know if I've ever tried them.
Dude,
to be honest
they were
with you.
fire.
I definitely had variations of those, but I don't know if I ever got the Kit Kat ones.
Yeah, dude, the Kit Kat poppable was fire. It was the only one that wasn't technically round either.
Even though I said I do,
I've never had those. Then.
I do enjoy a good Kit Kat. Like it's one of those ones that I don't eat. It's like not my go-to, but it's like one of those ones that I do enjoy a nice Kit Kat from time to time. You know what I mean? Kind of like I do $100,000, bro. Dude, pop one of those babies in the refrigerator for a little bit. I know it doesn't make sense because it's such a thick piece of caramel, but dude, I just remember as a kid, just fucking, my mom used to put them in the freezer, dude. And then you just sit there and just fucking gnaw on them while they're all fucking cold and the caramel just finally softens up and you're just like, ah.
That was the Charleston chew in my house.
I fucking love that shit because
nobody ever did that in my house.
Off. Oh, you never put
like no freezing at chocolate bars. My dad, okay, so later on in my life, my dad would go to this like factory, and in their shop you could buy like seconds, I guess, and like they'd just be in a bag, and they'd still be wrapped, but like some of them might be like cracked or whatever. And he would freeze those, and he would eat them right out of the freezer, and like I had them like sometimes, but
there's something about it. Like I don't necessarily love all candy like in the freezer because they do tend to get too hard and it's like it's more of a fucking chore to eat nowadays. Not only that, but my teeth ain't what they used to be, so I try not to fucking give them more than they can handle. You know what I'm saying? But dude, I'll still throw a chocolate bar in like the refrigerator or something for a little bit just to like get it a little cool to where it's not like melty like automatically in your hand, to where it's got like just a little bit of, you know, some stiffness to it, to where it's just not gonna like fucking, you know, break apart or whatever. I do enjoy it, dude. My favorite thing though, Reese's Cups though, you throw them baby
yes,
regardless, dude. Those things are fucking amazing straight out of the freezer, dude.
Frozen Reese's,
especially the minis,
a banger,
minis, bro.
I wouldn't like that.
Nah, dude, the holiday ones.
Oh, even those like the eggs or like the trees,
yeah, or like the little ghosts or whatever, those dumb holiday shape. Like, yeah, whatever weird seasonal shape.
Gold medal ones for like the Olympics or some shit. I think
they did footballs at one time. I remember, like. They need a just like, I mean, I guess it's really just a big cup, right? Like that'd be your permanent version. That's what I'm saying. Like I guess that'd be your permanent version.
Chocolate.
They don't,
and there's less chocolate on like the Christmas trees or the ghosts than a big
I'm all
cup.
about that peanut butter center, son.
Yeah, like
it's like almost so much peanut butter that like you get that like weird feeling in your mouth where it's like so dry.
That's where you know it's just like a fucking edible cookie dough, like we were saying earlier.
That's kind of what it's like, dude. But dude, honestly, like my Reese's are fire, but like my all-time favorite peanut butter cups, you can't buy in any store anywhere. But you can find them sometimes in my kitchen. My mom, dude, her homemade peanut butter cups, dude, are fire because she makes like her own like peanut butter filling that's kind of similar to like a Reese's cup, but it's also like, I don't know if she uses like crunchy peanut butter or not, but it's got like little pieces of peanut in it. And dude, it is so fucking good, dude. I'll smack like 5 of them right now.
Homemade candy's like another level, man. Like, especially when it's made by somebody you love and that loves you back, you know what I mean? But either way, like I will pay some top dollar if I'm like,
oh,
out and I just see somebody with like homemade candies that they're selling.
Do you guys get down on chocolate turtles?
Like the peanut or like they're pecan, maybe caramel.
I think they're
chocolate.
pecan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fuck with them.
We know I'm not normally a nuts in my chocolate candies guy, but I will say once in a while, a turtle is nice.
Dude, they're pretty fucking fire.
I
don't really like pecans that much.
This goes back to that, like, if it's a homemade one, yeah, like, I wouldn't go and just buy, like, some factory-made ones and be like, oh, hey, like, Merry Christmas, let's eat some turtles. Like, not me. But if someone's like, hey, I just made a fresh batch of turtles, you want one? Yeah, I'm going to try one of your turtles. Let me give it a go.
The ones I really enjoy are the ones that my mom made, because she even, like, fucking painted them to look like turtles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like real turtles?
Yeah. So they'd like have green little arms and legs and like a brown shell, and like she put little eyes on them and shit.
I love
that. Was like a big part of her thing. Like when she did her little side business thing. It was like handcrafted and hand painted chocolates. So she'd just like melt like all kinds of different colors and like mix them together to create other colors and like literally like make a palette of chocolate paint and just like whatever she was doing, flowers or just like lettering or like whatever. It was pretty sick.
So basically you're saying that growing up you definitely at times had some pretty sweet birthday cakes.
Oh dude, one time, dude, for my I think it was like maybe my minor A baseball team, so little league.
Mm-hmm.
We were the Astros, and we had this sick like logo. Instead of like using like the Astros logo, it was like this baseball with like this crazy like smiling like angry face that was like coming like sort of like a fastball coming at you sort of thing. And she literally made a like round cake and painted that, like piped that logo onto the cake.
Oh, sick.
It's like the one on our banner.
That's fire.
And that was what, when you're like 9-10 years old?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Dude, that would have been sick.
Dude, it was dope, dude.
I mean, it'd be cool now even.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I think that there
like
would have
my
been a
mom
time
would have
where I'd
been
be
like one of those. She would have
oh.
been like fucking going crazy on like the TikTok and stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? If that was around back then, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
with like all of her cakes and
Going
shit.
viral with that shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She'd probably do it now. She'd just like call it like something to do with being a granny. Seems like that's...
No, dude, she could even just stick with the name that she had.
What was it?
Creative Confections.
Oh, probably, yeah. Did
That's
she
fun.
have MySpace?
TM, copyright, whatever the terms are.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
I don't want anybody going out there and stealing that shit. But yeah, dude. The best part, bro, is when like she had ones that didn't come out the way she wanted to, or like the mold maybe didn't get filled all the way, or like just something happened to where they just didn't turn out the way that she wanted. There would always be like a little plate off to the side.
It's the rejects.
Yeah. And you know what that meant, boy.
Yeah, they're up for grabs.
Pre-game, baby.
Yep,
I used to go ham, dude. I'd come home like from school or like work or whatever. Because she did it until like I was like older too. And then I'd come home and be like, hey, any duds today? Or I'd be like, you screw anything up today? I'd say that just to like get a rise out of her. Like,
And also to know if you could get some fucking dope shit.
She's like, you just wanting me to screw stuff up, huh? I'm like, well, kinda. Because that means I can eat it. So then eventually she just always just like make a couple extra and stuff. Like, yeah, or I just like, can I have one? Let me have.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta always have testers around the house to make sure the product quality is still good.
is when she
I
would
know
like
it
come up
very
with like
well.
a new idea or something like that. We'd get to test it out and see if it was any good. Like she'd do all these like crazy like chocolate dip pretzel rods with all kinds of like crazy stuff like crumbled on top of them to where you can get like Snicker ones or like fucking M&Ms or like Kit Kat or like whatever, pretty much just like crumbled up around this fucking rod, big ass pretzel rod. Dude, they were so fucking good. And she would do the same thing with like caramel apples and all kinds of other stuff.
I feel like people don't make caramel apples enough anymore.
Not
I don't
good
like
ones,
them.
anyways.
So
Well, it's all
good
about how
ones
you
would
eat
fall
them,
by
bro.
me. Nah, I just won't like it.
Do you not like apples?
I don't really particularly like apples, but like I
Then
don't
yeah, I can understand why you
like the
wouldn't like.
caramel part though. That's the part I don't like. It's really weird. I
Yeah,
actually don't mind eating apples. Like if it gets cut up, I can eat an apple.
That's what
I
I'm
can eat a
saying.
slice
That's
or
the
two.
key is you have to cut it off the stick. You don't eat it on the stick.
See, that's the thing. Like all my life growing up, caramel apples were always eaten on a stick. You didn't even have the option to cut them up. Like it's just how it was. Like you're gonna eat one. That's it. That's it. It's on a stick.
Yeah,
you
dude,
eat
you
it.
just be like at the fair and they just fucking
You know?
dip it, turn it over, and fucking be like, eh.
So like I never really got into it for the same reason as Chris. The other thing I don't really like about caramel apples is that I'm not a big Granny Smith guy. And caramel
That's
apples
the thing,
almost
dude.
always seem to be Granny Smith.
Do you think it's because like they're not as sweet and there is
Yeah, I
that
think
bite
it's
to them
they're
to
looking
offset
for
the very
that. Yeah.
sweet? Yeah, it's
I think it's exactly why.
like designed that way.
Dude, if you would have seen the ones that my mom made, though, they were obviously, apples dipped in caramel, but then she would also dip them in chocolate and then like decorate them with whatever sort of accoutrement you may want. So like same thing that went for the pretzel rods. Like she'd crumble up different like chocolate bars or like Oreos or like whatever on top of them and get all that. And then the key was at that point you cut it off the stick because it's just fucking ridiculous to try to eat this big. Because she'd get these big ass fucking apples too, bro. And not all of them would be Granny Smith. I don't think. I think sometimes she'd like do different variations. But yeah, dude. And then you just slice it up into like little apple slices and eat it that way, dude.
Yeah, like I'll give me a Red Delicious. I'll slice that bitch up and dip it in some caramel and love every minute of it.
How about the candy apples? You guys like candy apples?
I don't know.
No. The
Those,
hard
like,
candy
really
shell
stink.
thing? No.
I never really liked the flavor of the whatever the coating was.
Yeah, it's like a sucker almost. It's like a.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it tasted weird.
Yeah, like it never
I've
had
never.
like
I don't like them either. No.
it never had a flavor that was like this is desirable.
Yeah, I never knew what it was. I was just like, oh, it's the candy apple flavor, but it's not candied.
Like I think it's just like colored sugar.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's all
that's
it
pretty
is.
much all it is. It's just.
It'd be cool if they did like a butterscotch candy. You know how like there's just butterscotch lifesavers. They did something like that.
A butterscotch apple.
Yeah, but like I guess a butterscotch apple.
You could probably dip an apple in butterscotch.
Oh, especially if you have a soft enough one so that it's like it hardens like the caramel.
Yeah, all you have to do is just heat it up and then dip it and then just let it cool. And then you get it somewhat of a harder coating.
Yeah, and if you temper it.
Dude, I do love me some butterscotch though, Chris.
A toffee apple would be fire too.
Oh yeah, toffee apple would be fire for sure. I'm a big toffee fan.
I literally have Heath chips. Oh, I blew a cloud, but yeah, I literally have Heath chips in the fridge right now, so that if we want to make cookies, we can just bam Heath chips.
I got to be careful with Heath bars nowadays, dude.
That's the beauty of chips, man. They're just little like crushed Heath bar chunks that you could just.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Sean. Anytime I go and like get like some sort of like blast or like a shake or some shit, I'm gonna get it in there.
Yeah, bro.
You know what? Also, like one of my like weird like shake combinations that I didn't really. I did it on accident, I think, but it ended up being good. A caramel Oreo shake. So like your normal like or blended up Oreo in a shake, but you all add like a nice little squirt of some caramel syrup and blend it up. Pretty fire.
I can see that. Like a cookies and cream with caramel. I could mess with that heavy, actually. And if I was doing that shit at home, then you could get really silly because you could have, like, say, again, the toffee Oreo.
Or the Heath Oreo.
Because I'll tell you what, that toffee Oreo is silly. It's got little bits of toffee through it, like that shit.
You're talking about an actual. Like,
it's a real
Oreo.
thing. There's a toffee Oreo, and it's
never had him.
It's dumb good. That is the reason I have found out that I actually do like Oreos now. Like,
because it's got the regular Oreo cookie on the outside.
Yeah, it's just regular chocolate Oreo cookie, but it's a toffee cream inside.
Are you a dunker?
Oh, 100% a dunker.
Are you dunk it until it stops bubbling and gets kind of soggy and soft, and to where you put it in your mouth and it literally just goes?
No,
smash it.
I want some of it that way, but I want some of it to crunch. So like I dunk halfway, let the half that's in there get to its soft point where it's a little mushy, and then throw the whole thing down so that the half I've been holding and that's dry still has some crunch.
Fucking drowned it, dude, and then just pull it up for its last chance.
If I'm doing that, I'm using the fork technique.
Oh, that's the only way I eat Oreos. That's
what, you jam it in the
cream, and then
you just put the fork down and you just can let it sit, do whatever you want.
You can drown that bitch.
Oh, I need my Oreo. And then the best thing is if the Oreo even falls off, you've got the fork already to fucking
fish it all out. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent technique. And you can do it with a regular, but double stuffed is the way.
Oh, definitely.
If you're going to full submerge like that.
Don't do the mega stuff, though. I feel like the mega stuff
like
is overkill on the cream.
Way too much.
I've never bothered with the mega stuff.
It's too much. I was like, oh, dude, more cream? Because the double stuffed is so good.
No, I feel like the double stuffed is the edge.
It's pinnacle.
Yeah. Like, it's too sweet if you eat one too many, you know what I mean?
That was my problem. It's like I eat like 10 at a time. You know what I mean? 10 at a sitting. So it's literally like almost the whole sleeve. You know what I mean? But that's just I don't feel like every time I only eat like 4 or 5, I'm like, man, that was just a tease. I need more.
Dude, I actually have probably the best Oreos, in my opinion, upstairs. It's the lemon ones, and they basically have double stuff. So it's like the golden cookie with like lemon cream.
I think it's lemon cookie.
I don't know about that. I can try. I think it's just golden cookie.
I haven't had them in a while, so.
But like, it's like basically a double stuffed, but maybe it's not. I haven't had a double stuffed in a while, but it's way more cream than a regular Oreo would have, and they're amazing.
They're good.
Like, quite literally amazing.
I just love a good lemon cookie, dude.
Yeah, lemon cookie cream. What more do you fucking want? You know?
Oh. You know what? Did I talk to you guys about the boysenberry sugar cookie I had at Knott's?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Dude, that was an experience, bro. Because I never have had any other flavor of sugar cookie other than maybe like a lemon or, like a regular just sugar cookie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this is going to be an experience. And with how purple it was, dude, it kind of like threw me off. I'm like, I feel like I'm eating Play-Doh, sort of. Because like it was like, you know how like if you leave Play-Doh out and it like sits for a while, like the outside feels nice and dry, or is like all dry, but like you can kind of like squeeze it in and it's like soft. That's kind of how it felt, but it was delicious. Because I also had a Snickerdoodle that felt the same way, and obviously I wasn't too upset about that because it just felt like a normal cookie. But it was something about the other one being purple that made me think Play-Doh. That like it was throwing me off, but
It's an unnatural color.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It was so purple, dude. Like,
Well, I guess like I see when you originally said it, I thought that they would have just had them iced, and it would have been like boysenberry.
no icing, bro. It was just a straight up purple ass cookie. But they were awesome. I was hoping they had like a lemon drop or something, or whatever they're called.
I assume it's not news to Chris because it's clearly a product of Canada, but maple cream Oreos?
Oh yeah, they're good. I actually just finished the bag like last week, 2 weeks ago.
You could get them on Amazon and have them shipped in.
I'm not too big on a lot of maple flavored things.
I feel like a maple cream Oreo works.
No, it's fire. Like if you like the cinnamon Danish, or no, wait, the cinnamon roll ones, like these are 100 times better.
Guys. I haven't ventured too far out of the norm as far as the Oreo variations go.
So like classic.
I
and
do classic,
golden.
the lemon, and I think I've had the mint.
You never had the golden before?
I'm not a big golden cookie guy. I've had them, but they're not like my favorite. You know what I mean? So I have had those too. So yeah, put those on the list. But yeah. But yeah, I haven't had like the peanut butter or like the, the crazy ones that you guys have. But now you're making me think I need to expand my Oreo palette and try a couple of different ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of different flavors.
The birthday cake ones, though, I did try, and I was very upset that I even ate them because they were not good at all.
I've learned I don't like birthday cake flavor anything.
I don't either because it doesn't taste like any kind of birthday cake I know of.
Yeah. It's like I feel like they're all just sugar flavor. Yeah, they're all trying to be confetti cake frosting, which is just sugar inside of sugar. And it's otherwise...
And they don't taste like cake, really.
Yeah, like, it's just flavorless.
Sugar. Yeah. And almost... yeah.
It's like, this is the only way I can explain it. It's like, it's sugar, flavored sugar, with more sugar. Like, that's the only taste you get. And it's like...
Like the hard sprinkles that they put on top of the cake. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Yeah, like little confetti sprinkles.
Shapes. Yeah.
Like that's it. Like it's just the flavor of hard sugar. Like,
yeah, not a fan.
You know what else is the flavor of hard sugar? Caramel. You know what else is the flavor of hard sugar? Toffee, butterscotch. Like. I'll take those.
Dude, honestly, like, it's kind of crazy, like, how much sugar is involved in, like, most things.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's in things you don't even realize sugar's in because they're not technically sweet. Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy. But then you also think about it, there's a lot of these things that are sweet and stuff that also have quite a bit of sodium in them.
Yeah, no, that's true, actually. I was surprised, like, on some of the energy drinks and maybe even some of, like, the pop.
Dude,
like,
some even just, like, the sports drinks, too, are crazy up there. But I obviously understand, like, you do need salt because it is also...
to absorb water or whatever.
Some of them are pretty out there.
Oh, that's the thing, right? It's like Gatorade is often the example where it's like it's made for people who are actually sweating. So, like a guy like me who spends a good portion of his time behind a desk working and then might sweat once in a while, doesn't really need to be pounding Gatorade all day. I'm just going to...
Yeah, and that's the thing is you don't need to be pounding really Gatorade at all. It's just if you need one, maybe two, if you're really exerting yourself, because it's only to help replenish, and then in between that, you should be drinking water. By the way, guys, where'd I put it? This bad boy, as you can see, it's got some new beauty marks on it from my my work stamp at work, as well as some dings and dents from being dropped and stuff. At hashtag Shedtime. But dude, I have been fucking refilling this bad boy like 3 or 4 times a day at work. And I don't remember how much this is. I think it's like 32 ounces. But I feel like that's a good amount of water just to be pounding for 8 hours. And then I also I usually fill it up on my way out and then like drink one more once I get home. Trying to really get the H2O going.
That's a significant amount of water. Like 64 is a good benchmark for people to hit.
Yeah, so I'm doubling that.
Yeah, you're doubling that easy. Because this is a 32-ounce cup, and that I remember doing the math, and it's
maybe this is 20-something.
I'm like,
either way, that's still good because that's what. 40
Well, I think this is 30 or maybe 34. I don't think it's 32.
Yeah, and this is about this. No, this is a little bit smaller than that, I think. Let me just look it up. By the way, I really like this one. I haven't taken my the one Ashton coated because I really don't want it to get all dinged and dented, obviously, because look what happened to this. I don't want it to look like this. You know what I mean? Even though he can recode it again. So I just chose this. But dude, this when they say this thing keeps your shit cold for 36 hours, they're not fucking lying. Because dude, I will leave. I'll come home from work with whatever's left in this and whatever ice is in here, and I'll wake up the next morning and dump out whatever ice and everything's left and put fresh stuff in it because it's been cold, and it's the same ice that's been in there all day. Like I just refill it with water and just use the same ice. I never put any more ice in it, and it's still, you guys can hear, it's still got a good amount of ice going on in there.
Yeah, I should dig out my coldest water bottle. I haven't used it in a while because this thing's bigger than mine.
I dig this Ched cap I got too, Sean, because it's got a nice cover on it with a latch, so it doesn't just fucking pop open all the time. And then you just fucking flip your latch down, pop her open, and you can get a good chug on. Because I'm not a big fan of like the sports top straw situation.
I'm not at all.
It takes forever to get a good, sip in my opinion, and I'm kind of a chugger when it comes to water. Because it doesn't taste like anything, so I don't feel guilty for just like pounding it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do try to like hold myself back nowadays. Like when it comes to like soda and stuff, I'm not trying to like kill like a can like in one sitting. Like I'm trying to at least get like maybe 3 or 4 drinks out of a can of soda compared to just like pounding it all at once. So I'm like, I'm gonna switch up my mentality and sip on my fucking sodas and just chug my fucking water, and that'll probably be a better overall trade health wise.
I mean, honestly, one of the things I've been really getting more into is we got the little water packets of like Propel for their.
Oh yeah, I used to do that too, but dude, honestly, when I have them, I do really enjoy a liquid IV. But here's the thing about them is don't overdo it on them. 1 a day is all you really need.
Right.
Because there's been people that I don't know if you guys heard about that one lady that actually like almost overdosed herself on liquid IV, and she ended up in like the hospital because she was literally like drinking like 14 of them a day or some shit, and she was just like fucking drinking nothing but those.
And she probably thought that she was doing good.
Exactly, because she's like, "Oh, well, I'm getting even more hydrated." Well, no, it's
No,
you can get
You're like
too many
super
vitamins.
hydrated.
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
dude,
that's
I'll put one of those in my first one of the day, and I'd fucking get one liquid IV in me at the beginning of the day, and then just continue to fucking drink water and stuff. Dude, it helps out so much, especially on days when you can feel yourself kind of like being like a little drained, or maybe even kind of
Your
feeling
muscles
like,
are a little bit tight.
or you
That's
just
how
tell
I
you've just
notice.
been. I know it. I mainly know because I just kind of like feel tired, and like my mouth it gets real dry all the time when I feel like I'm dehydrated. Like I get just like dry mouth, and that's not just because I'm stoned all the time either. Because I don't do that when I'm at work. But if I'm at work and my mouth's consistently getting dry, I'm like, oh, I gotta keep up and drinking water and stuff.
yeah. It's like I'm already too dehydrated now.
Dude, it's still like in the 90s, bro. And it's fucking almost the middle of October.
And that, Chris, is why he likes to put chocolate in the fridge and freezer.
That too, because
That could be. Honestly, that could be it.
that's mainly it, dude. Because
Take it out for 10 minutes and then I eat it.
You know? This shit's going to melt the second he takes it outside the building to eat, you know?
Give me that like 72-degree chocolate. I'm in. 72 degrees.
yeah,
that shit's...
the water down. But dude, the Liquid IV's gotten some new flavors that I really want to try, dude. Like they've got like a rocket pop flavor, like the firecracker popsicle, actually branded firecracker popsicle flavor. They got like a rainbow sherbet flavor. Think they did like a new mango variation of something. Because dude, they're actually pretty tasty. But I will say this: they are also kind of salty. So I honestly dilute it. So like I said, I'll fill this up and pour one of those into here, and you're technically supposed to pour it into one 16-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's just too much, dude. So I'll just pour it into this, and at the end of the day, you're gonna get all the stuff in it, anyways. It's just gonna make it a little bit more watered down, and dude, it also makes it a lot easier to fucking, because then I get to chug a delicious beverage and not feel upset about it.
Well, because that's the thing, right? Like, a lot of people think about getting electrolytes from like sodium. Well, sodium's one of them, but you also need like potassium, magnesium, and a whole bunch of these other trace elements like that. And that's what Liquid IV does really well, is it packs all of those different elements in. The thing is a lot of them are salts, they're chlorides. As a result, like you said, it's a bit rough when you drink one in that measured dose. A lot of people say that Element brand that does the same kind of shit that like all the YouTubers are hawking, same thing. It's salty because a lot of what's in it are by definition salts. But at the end of the day, like your body needs this. It is what electrolytes are, what are helping move these electrical impulses through your muscles and your brain tissue and all of that in order for your body to do its basic functions. So when we start to think about the fact that a lot of us are probably deficient in one or two electrolytes here or there, boosting them in some way once in a while is definitely not a bad thing. But again, moderation, right? Like we're saying, like you can't be this lady drinking 14 of them. It's like one a day, like James is talking about, where, you know, you get a good boost of these electrolytes, but you're not crushing your body with salts.
Well, it's like, oh, that's saying, right? Like there is such thing as too much of something that's good for you.
Uh-huh. You can eat blueberries and have bad shit happen if that's all you eat.
Yeah. Mind you, there's people out there that like only drink pop. Like they don't drink anything else. They just drink pop.
So That's an interesting concept, right? Because a lot of dietary professionals, dietitians, shit like that, all agree that if you're drinking diet soda, it is calorically and hydrationally almost the same as drinking water.
Yeah, but there's got to be some downfalls to like only drinking Diet Coke.
Oh, I 100% agree. It's all the other stuff that's in it. But that's not what we're talking about.
No, fair. That's true.
I'm on Liquid IV's website. And they have like a bunch of other types of like things too, because they have like hydration multipliers plus like gut health, which they have an apple flavor. They have like an immune support one, so it's got like some immune boosting sorts of things. They've got like a tangerine and a wild berry. They have plus energy. They got like a couple different flavors there, like blackberry. I think I got the mango tamarind one.
There's a green tea something or other one that we did. That's delicious.
Ginger, yuzu pineapple. They've got sugar-free ones now. They got like a bunch of different ones of those. Ooh, they have a rainbow sherbet one. I don't want to try that. They've got like, and the regular ones, they've got like, dude, they got so many flavors, dude. Like I'm trying to decide. I'm about to place an order.
You guys ever tried those like gels that you can put in water bottles?
The gels.
Yeah, you ever seen those?
Oh, like the Gatorade one? Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Gatorade one, but there's other
obviously
brands. Yeah.
Gatorade saw other brands, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a syrup more?
Yeah, it's like more syrupy than like liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more viscous.
Like so it was like Mio or like something like that.
Yeah, it's like more thick than that.
Thicker than that, yeah.
No.
It's almost like
it's like a gel.
Yeah, it's almost like having a bag of like jam and you're just gonna squirt it into a bottle.
No.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or jelly, more like jelly.
Yeah, maybe more like jelly.
Yeah,
because it definitely you can definitely move it and everything. Like it's liquid enough, but yeah, it's not a true liquid.
Yes.
I remember when they came out, because I used to work for Target stocking shelves and stuff, and I remember stocking them in for the first time being like, what in God's name is this? And had to like flip it over and be like, you're supposed to put this into it. Okay. Some people even you can say you could just eat it straight. So that was the other technique. So like marathon bikers can carry that in like a fanny pack on a bike. And
yeah.
If like they need quick hydration and electrolyte boosts and all that, then they can literally just rip that thing open, suck it down real quick, and then hammer some water, and then keep it going. Yeah. Which I got to imagine that had to be bitter and gross as hell. But at the same time, it wasn't really being marketed as like a food item. It was being marketed more as like a dietary aid. So
yeah, performance enhancer almost.
Yeah. That was at the same period where they were doing this whole like promotion where it was like 3 stages of hydration and performance. I think like a regular Gatorade was like stage 1, and then like I think that packet was stage 2, and I think there was something else ridiculous that was stage 3. I think they crushed that promotion pretty quick because people just we're not buying that Gatorade is making a product line like that. I'm sorry. we saw through that veneer very quickly.
Dude, it's actually mind-blowing to think about like all of the things that have been like fads or things that became something off of fads, like all these different things over time, bro. Like just all of these things, like in any realm. Like it could be food. Obviously there's been some really weird food that's got released and then obviously never hit. or like all these other things and like how people market them. Man, like everything you'd ever see on like the Home Shopping Network just felt like a scam.
Yep.
Or like the shopping channel or whatever.
I gotta admit though, Home Shopping Network at like 2 a.m. when the knife show would come on.
Yeah.
I always liked watching that dude. That dude was so passionate about the like simplest little pocket knife. He'd be like, "This thing is like, hey, they're going out of control. Hey, we got 10 million units, and we're only down to 2,000. You guys better hurry up and get on the phone now." And you're like, "Bud, it's a $2 pocket knife I can buy at the Army surplus store. Calm down." Like, it's 2 a.m. I don't want my mom to know I'm watching this. And that's the other fucked up thing. I remember back in the 90s, we had a whole channel dedicated to infomercials.
Oh, yeah.
30-minute infomercials just ran nonstop on this channel. And for some dumb ass reason as a kid, I loved it. You know how excited I got to watch the Ron Propel infomercial? I wanted that rotisserie chicken cooker so bad. That and the juicer. Jay the Juice Man and his juicer. I was like, yo.
Dude, there's like anybody that ever... Okay, put it this way. I feel like any product that people at mass will know about the infomercial like was probably not that big of a piece of shit. So like anything from like Ron Popeil, you know what I mean? Or like the ShamWow, like ShamWow's probably legit.
ShamWow's whack.
Oh, is it whack?
Totally whack. I bought one. It is not a quality chamois at all. It is garbage. A regular chamois that you spend less money for in the automotive section is a far superior chamois than the ShamWow.
Ugh.
It is definitely a sham.
Huh.
Wow.
Ah,
Got him.
Can't believe I didn't think of that. Damn.
Now, some of those Billy Mays products,
I was just about to say, what about Billy Mays?
some of those Billy Mays products were fairly legit.
OxyClean? It
Dude,
was
I mean,
legit, right?
OxyClean's legit as hell, let's be real. Like, that was $1 million fucking business that he got himself into. Like, what a great pitch man opportunity for that. But like, what was one of the
Remember
other
what
weird
else
ones?
he shilled? He must have shilled something.
Oh, he shilled so many of them, but I can't remember. Like, I know Vince, the ShamWow guy, also did the slap chop.
Yeah. Because like Ron
Mays.
Popeil, like he was to the point where he was putting out the products and doing the infomercials for his products.
Right.
Just like the My Pillow guy.
Oh my God. You ready?
Yes.
Orange Glow.
Oh,
yeah.
that was him also?
Yeah.
Okay. Orange Glow
Hercules
is-
hooks as well.
I don't know those.
They're basically a wall hanging hook that you make a very small hole into your drywall, and because of its shape like a fishing hook, it curves up in a J shape, and that way it anchors itself tightly against your wall, so that way when you hang something on it, the tension is against a larger piece of the wall, not just a nail pulling down.
Oh.
Yeah, game changer
It's
for
like actually like sound
homeowners.
engineering too. Like it's
Yeah.
not just okay.
He had the quick chop as well. What else do we have? The awesome auger. That was that little home backyard auger that he pitched for a while. The Big City Slider Station. It's a
Oh.
little mini burger skillet with a little press.
Wow.
It's funny, I'm remembering some of these. The crocodile cutter, which was a cutter for metal and other materials, which I don't remember. Apparently, he was involved with DC Snowboards.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he did like a one-off pitch for them or something, just for.
Well, as far as I know, like, which I'm obviously not anywhere near as connected as I used to be, but DC shoes were like well established, and they never got into like that level of hardware. But that doesn't mean that they didn't.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if DC Snowboards is a different company than DC, skateboards, but I would think otherwise. You know what I mean? He also is pitching the Ding King, which was a dent removal device. Dual saw, a circular saw with 2 blades. That sounds dangerous. Engrave it, an engraving tool for metal. Oh yeah, these are definitely like all different advertising spots. So he probably just did like one ad for that DC Snowboards, because there's also an ESPN 360 ad that he did. The Easy Crunch Bowl, a breakfast cereal bowl that separates milk from cereal. I remember that thing. That was ridiculous. He also did the Gopher, which is another gardening tool. The Grab It, a screw removal tool. The Grater Plater, a plate that you can grate your cheese or your garlic right onto.
Great names, by the way, on these products,
right,
guys.
Right. What? Eye tie, a necktie with a hidden pocket. He was another one of his big ones that people still use today and swear by. Kaboom.
What's
a
that?
bathroom cleaner.
I was about to say like a grease remover.
Yeah, it's like a tile and shower cleaner. We used to use it in my old man's house all the time. Oh, then he had the whole Mighty lineup. So you had Mighty Mend It, Mighty Shine, Mighty Putty.
Oh, yeah.
Mighty Tape. Wow. Simonize Fix It. The old scratch remover. Classic. Wow. The Vidalia Slice Wizard. What odor? He was also part of Zorby's chamois cloth. His attempt to take on ShamWow.
Oh, really?
Yep. Never used a Zorby's. I can't say if it was better. But knowing Billy Mays, it was better. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's so crazy. That era is totally gone.
It is and it isn't, because, like, dude, if you think about it,
it's just
how
changed.
often are you seeing, like,
it's just influencers now
ads
are doing that.
Well, it's like I just see those people, and they'll have like YouTube channels or like whatever, and they'll just basically do like a 5-minute show, and it's like the stuff that you can skip.
Oh yeah, I guess. It's just
like, think about how many times.
I think it's just because I don't watch them. Like, I just skip all that.
You want to burn fat? He's like, you don't have to like go on a diet, and he's like talking about like all these different things. Like, dude, I've seen that one like 100 times. It's like
good old V Shred.
Yeah, dude.
I guess it's because I just skip all the ads and stuff that I don't really pay attention to really what they are. Because I don't watch normal TV, so I don't even watch really commercials all that much anymore.
I find it interesting, like, how quickly what I would call normal TV advertising made its way into the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like,
monetization.
You know, like, I'm just watching a YouTube video, and all of a sudden I've got some local political ad for some local representative. And I'm like, whoa. Although I will say one of my favorites, because, again, the way that online monetization for advertising tends to work, catching Puffco ads while streaming my local news station.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So whoever their advertising partner was, Puffco put money in for advertising with that company, and so Puffco commercials were popping up on my streaming channel for my local news station. And I was like, that is wild. Like, I remember taking a picture of it and going to work because I was still at the dispensary at the time. Like, you guys won't believe this, but look. And there's the Puffco logo. And I was like, yeah, on my TV, I'm streaming the news. And they're like, that's crazy. But I think the best part about that is how they were able to kind of be like, hey, Mass, you're a legal state. We're not advertising anything about weed, but you know where to find us.
That's crazy.
Brilliant. Utterly brilliant.
They just had like a big event here in LA last weekend, I think.
Oh, yeah. PuffCon. Yep.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, if you guys are following Camp Canna, he was actually out there and he documented the whole trip with all the shenanigans. So I think he put up a couple of YouTube videos on his new channel. And yeah, quite an event. Quite an event. That dude's doing some big shit right now. Like, this kid's just... I met him when I was working in the industry, and he was like, I'm just quietly building right now, but just watch. And here it is. Like, he's just doing crazy stuff now. Launched a clothing line, is just building this brand up, and now he's hosting events, doing all sorts of crazy shit. Like, good for him. Shout out to the homie Camp Canna. Go check him out if you want to see some wild, wild weed content.
I mean, that stuff's cool. Just like hearing people build up a brand. I mean, that's amazing.
Like, he's got a day job in the cannabis industry out here, which in turn has granted him access to a really nice grow facility where he's able to document the growth, the whole production process of flower, pre-roll, edible, you name it. Like, the company does it all. So it's pretty cool because this is the kind of content that he's able to create and put out for people to see. You get to really get a view of what goes on in one of these smaller, more niche medical style places out here. And it's damn good content. So, like, you know, like, what do you got to lose? You get to see some really beautiful weed products filmed really nicely and some other really cool weed content. Like it. And he recently became friends with the hell's the name of the kid who does the singing songs like Cartman?
I didn't know that was the thing.
Oh yeah, there's a kid who blew up. He does covers of songs singing as Cartman. I can't remember his name right now. I want to say it's Sergio, but I could be wrong. This dude is killing it, and they recently became friends, started teaming up, making content, and it's gold. I'm gonna go ahead and fact check myself right now and see if I'm right about that. But
Yeah, I think I've seen that guy. He's pretty funny.
Dude, there's like a whole playlist called Cartman covers. I imagine that they're probably somewhere along there.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if most of it's him.
There's Over the Rainbow.
Fernando, that's what it was. It's not Sergio, it's Fernando. But like, kills it. Yeah. Dude's amazing. So you take a guy with that sense of humor and make some weed content with him, you know it's good.
You know that he's going to be creative, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. You want to hear that guy review some dabs? It's entertainment for sure. But speaking of entertainment, we are coming to the end of our time entertaining you folks out there. So I want to thank everybody who tunes into us all the time. You guys are the best. You Shedheads really mean the world to us. And as I choke, I'm going to pass it to Chris.
All right, I'll save you. You guys heard that. I am Sean Savior for today. But you guys save us all the time by listening to us. So shout out to you guys. Thank you. Go to shedtimepodcast.com. Check out all the content there. Check out our Patreon. You can check out the three of us on Frames, Jank, and Vapors YouTube channel on Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Green Room. And yeah, you can just join up with us next week here too. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Live your best life. Frames.
As always, Chris pretty much covers all the things, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Thank you to all the Shedheads for all you guys' continuous support. Leave those 5-star reviews. And I'm going to end, as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Crisp high fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, a little bag or dab will do ya.
Absolutely. And now that I've recovered from the vapors crushing my throat, one more time, thank you everybody who tunes in to us every week. We really do appreciate you guys. It means the world to us. Shedhead Nation, we can't do it without you. So, of course, check out shedtimepodcast.com. You can find all sorts of cool stuff, merchandise links, Patreon, the whole nine. Other than that, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun. It's the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to roll on up and roll on out. Yes, indeed. It's time to get some grub.